Hello, OWL members. Welcome to our latest installment of our new Inside the OWL Studio video program. As a reminder, Inside the OWL Studio will highlight one of OWL's partner sponsors and their organization's specific activities and initiatives around diversity, inclusion, and belonging. The format of the program will be similar to a program called Inside the Actors Studio with James Limpton. At the conclusion of the interview, I will ask the same 4 questions of our interviewees. I'm thrilled to announce this month's Inside the OWL Studio will feature STAAR Surgical. STAAR has been a valued partner of OWL for the past 3 years and have been actively involved in OWL's Southern California chapter, as well as contributing to panel discussions for various OWL programs. Without further delay, I would like to introduce this month's interviewee, Heather Reddy, Senior Director, Global Market Intelligence at STAAR. Heather is also a past president of OWL and has been instrumental in the growth of the organization over the past 18 years. Hello, Heather. Thank you for being here and welcome to Inside the OWL Studio.
Well, thank you, Abby, and thank you so much for the opportunity to participate today. I'm very excited. The OWL Studio is really an innovative program, and I have hats off to you guys for putting this together. I think it really gives an opportunity for us to learn more about each other and each other's companies and how we are approaching the topic of inclusion, diversity, and belonging.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. As you know, the OWL mission of advancing diversity and leadership is really the driving force behind all of our activities that we put together. We continually strive to create networking and educational opportunities to support this mission. And I find it personally hugely beneficial to hear from other organizations about their efforts around diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. With that being said, I'm very excited to hear from you about STAAR's initiatives in this area. So on that note, I'm going to hand it over to you, Heather. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you. Well, first of all, I wanted to share a little background on STAAR because STAAR is actually a 30-year-old company that is also a fast-growing company. And to put this into context, over 1 million STAAR ICLs have been implanted in over 75 countries to help patients with refractive error achieve visual freedom. We are very, very fortunate to have an extraordinary visionary leader in Karen Mason. Her vision and energy is contagious, and it's really made STAAR one of the most successful companies in ophthalmology. The culture is focused on collaboration and enable everyone to bring their authentic self to work each day. This approach comes from the top and is well established within STAAR. Let me share a little bit about our leadership team. They're a very diverse group, 2/3 of which are from underrepresented groups and 50% are women. Our board of directors also reflects this approach to leadership and includes members from industry, surgeons, and venture capital experienced individuals, including 3 experienced and impactful women. That's really exciting. What I found is a culture of inclusion, diversity, and belonging, where all have an opportunity for growth and to have impact within the organization. STAAR recognizes in order to reach our full potential, it takes everyone bringing their A game to address the ever-changing and complex environment that we live and work in. No time has this been more visible or important than in this past year, with remote work, virtual meetings, and the real need to be responsive to our team and their needs and to our customers and their needs. I really believe that STAAR shines in fostering open dialogues, progressive approaches, nimbleness, and focus, while driving to double-digit growth of the business.
Thank you, Heather. And I have a question for you. You know, I've been fortunate enough to work with you and see what you've done for OWL. And I've really been able to see Karen Mason as well at STAAR come in and really assist, particularly the Southern California chapter during networking events and different programs that we've hosted here. You know, when you say it kind of starts at the top. I think the STAAR organization definitely has an amazing leader in Karen. And maybe you can just talk a little bit more about that. Maybe, the environment, the culture. I know that you're newer to STAAR, so you're very fresh and have a really objective set of eyes at this point. You maybe give some examples of what you've seen, in that culture.
Absolutely. Their culture is really one of welcome. I have to say that I felt extreme welcome from the organization. And what I really noticed in my colleagues is they are such a diverse group of people. I think it's something, we have around 575 employees, and over 200 of them are located outside the US. So you can imagine the challenges that you have with communication and staying connected. But they do a really fabulous job at kind of having a really good interface with each other. There's a lot of trust within the organization. People are very connected that way as well to really building an organization. Everyone's kind of rowing in the same direction and recognizing, that, we all succeed together. So there's an environment of collaboration and cooperation and people really working toward a common purpose. And, being able to give people visual freedom is a huge gift. And it's a wonderful thing. And I think everyone has really embraced that within STAAR. I would say one other thing that I've noticed too is there's such a variety of people, some very tenured, very experienced people from the industry, some people from outside the industry. So there's a really good mix of people too, with bringing their varied backgrounds to the job at hand.
Yeah, I love to hear that. And I think, what I'm noticing more and more, and of course there's literature out there on this, but when you talk about diversity, having that cultural diversity within an organization leads to, that diversity of thought. And that leads to probably more innovation, better products. And at the end of the day, better patient care. And I think that's, as an industry, that's what we're all here for at the end of the day. So I really like to hear that you have a culture there that fosters that diversity and innovation. So absolutely. Yeah, I think on that note, we're going to get right into our questions for today. Heather, what is your favorite word in ophthalmology?
My favorite word in ophthalmology is breakthrough. And I've been very fortunate over the years in being involved in a variety of technologies that were considered breakthrough technologies and breakthrough approaches. And I think what that word represents to me is that there's sort of like this collaboration between industry, physicians, practices, the whole infrastructure of ophthalmology to drive patient care forward. And so I like the word breakthrough.
I think that is one of the most unique words we've heard so far. That's awesome. What is your least favorite word in ophthalmology?
Well, it's actually 2 words, so hopefully that'll be okay. My least favorite word is unmet need. And although all it really says is that there's more work to do, there's more that we need to think about. And I think, again, the working with industry, working with physicians, recognizing that unmet need just represents an opportunity. And if we collectively put our brains towards it and our creativity towards it, I think we've been able to create those breakthrough moments. And the ophthalmic field is so diverse as far as the types of problems that we're trying to address that, I think we focus on that unmet need and continue to move the industry forward is really, will help patients.
Yeah, and the word unmet need, to me, that could be a favorite word too, right?
It could.
That's what I'm kind of hearing.
Yeah. Me, I'm a cup 3/4 full kind of person. So, that's a hard for me to come up with the least favorite of anything.
What professional role in ophthalmology, other than the one you have, would you like to attempt and why?
That took a little soul searching, but ultimately, I think I would like to be part of an R&D team. And the reason for that is you get to explore the kind of the what if side of the business and the design, development, delivery of creative solutions that really no one could have imagined. So I think there's such a creative side to R&D, even though they work within constraints. I think it would be something that would be a nice challenge.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's see, what professional role would you not want to attempt and why?
Well, one I probably wouldn't want to attempt, while I think the role is vital, I don't think I'd really attempt leading a production team. And the main reason for that is, number one, it's a super challenging job, and particularly in today's environment, it's a very challenging job. And it often, though, goes kind of unnoticed until there's a problem, a supply issue, an inventory issue, or something like that. So I will leave that to those experts, but that's probably one that I wouldn't jump into.
I think that's fair. If you could do any one thing to contribute to diverse leadership in ophthalmology, what would that be? I think that's a great question. And because, being, in the industry, gosh, over 25 years now, I think we've seen a lot of trends, and we've seen a lot of things that work and that resonate. And I think one thing that's really fed my spirit and has been something I've really enjoyed is when I have opportunities to participate in mentoring or sponsoring others and really establishing those relationships. It lets you kind of share your insights, but also challenges you and brings you, into a fresh point of view, which is very helpful. And, I love the idea of encouraging the next generation of vision leaders. That's awesome. And, for the members out there listening to this, we do have our fellows program, speaking of mentors. And I can personally say, Heather, you're amazing. You've set such a bar for our industry and for me as well. So now you get your surprise question.
No. Okay. Hit me. And then give a drum roll, right? What now?
Yes. If you were a cartoon character, which character would you be and why?
Oh, goodness. Okay, this is gonna, I could go way back in the Wayback Machine, but I won't do that. I'll pick a current one that most people will know. I will probably say Marge Simpson. Okay, weird, I know. Bear me out here, hear me out. If you ever watch that show, which I haven't watched it as much of late as I used to watch it, because it's very funny, very irreverent, like me. But the thing I think Marge does is whatever's happening around her, whatever craziness is happening, whatever's circling her, she kind of seems to stay on her North Star. She stays on point, she stays focused, and she's always pretty calm. Even when, Bart's doing something crazy or, someone else is doing something, that she's not liking, she kind of stays her course. And I think that's probably, who I relate to.
That's awesome. And that's true. Very true, I think. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, Heather, I so appreciate you doing this today. And you just mean the world to me. And I really appreciate all that you do. And STAAR, I'm so thrilled that our relationship has grown over the last few years with the organization. And
as are we.
And we look forward to working with you more in the future. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And wishing everyone the best and looking forward to seeing everyone at Askers, hopefully. And and thank you for all Al's doing to really advance diverse leadership. You continue to have that gavel and lead the organization in a really wonderful way, Abby. And thank you. And thank you, Gaynor, for all you do.
Thanks, Heather. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.